Hello and welcome to the channel, and welcome to another episode of Guitar Gubbins, the series where we check out some of the weirder products in the world of guitar accessories. In today's video I've got two products for us to check out, so let's get into it. Now I'm sure for those of you guitarists watching this, you're guilty of playing air guitar at some point or another. But have you ever wanted to hear what your air guitar is actually playing? Well, if you said yes to that, then I've got some good news for you, because now you can, with the air guitar. So this is a toy really, if we're honest about it, but what it does is it makes a noise when you strum. It's made of fairly cheap plastic, but then I guess that's what you expect from something this cheap. And then on the front you have the different notes, and then on the side you have options for a 7th chord, a minor chord, and then sharps and flats. As well as this little button here which gives you some drum loops with some guitar played over the top of them. So I'll plug it in so you can hear what it really sounds like. I'm just running a 3.5mm into my audio interface. So when you press down one of the buttons, a laser will shoot out of the bottom of this thing. And then when you swipe across that laser, it makes a noise. Now I've had a little play with this thing and it is quite temperamental, but let me see if I can play a basic C, G, A minor, F chord progression with it, and then we'll talk about it a bit more. So that was an attempt at a chord progression. As you can hear, it sounds like really cheap MIDI sounds. And as you can also tell from my failed attempt, it's quite temperamental. So, I mean, it picks up, but if you're trying to do a sort of traditional strum, then it kind of picks up and down strokes. It's an interesting one. Turns out you can do tremolo picking with it though. So obviously this is really just a toy and a bit of a gimmicky thing, but for the 11 or so quid that it costs, it's quite funny and it'll be a laugh to mess around with. Just before we move on, I'll also show you some of the presets that it has in it, but don't expect much. So pressing the small button on the front, it gives you these sounds.
1, 2,
So that's meant to be walk this way.
3,
Smoke on the water.
4,
But I think that's enough of that. But that's the air guitar. So if this appeals to you, you know, it exists. It is a bit of a laugh. As you can probably tell, it amuses me quite a lot messing about with this thing, but it isn't by no means a serious piece of kit that you'd actually use for anything guitar related, but as a novelty toy, yep, great fun, and 11 quid or something like that. So moving on to something potentially a bit more serious, although how much legitimacy it actually has I don't know, but sticking with the theme of things that you hold in your left hand, we have this. Now this is a D'Addario finger trainer. So the idea with this is it's like any other grip strength device you've seen, except it's split into 4 different sections specifically for guitarists. Now whether this actually has any legitimacy or makes you play better, I have no idea. But it offers your fingers some resistance, and I guess it would make them stronger if you use this thing over time. But yeah, there's not much to really say on this one. Again, these are fairly cheap, so if it's something that appeals to you and you think, oh, it might improve your playing, then go ahead. But now I will say, and bear in mind I might be a bit biased, but another way to increase your hand strength whilst also doing something useful, just buy a bass. But if you don't want to shell out the cash or don't have a bass to hand, then sure, this might do a similar thing. But there you go, so there's two weird handheld products, one that is really just a bit of a gimmicky joke and one that maybe might be more useful. Let me know what you think down in the comments and whether you would actually pick up one of these yourselves. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.